It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Good evening, everybody. Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Great to have you with us on 2K Sports. Tonight, it'll be the Portland Trail Blazers up against the Oklahoma City Thunder in their house, Chesapeake Energy Arena. And for Oklahoma City, these guys are playing good basketball with 7 wins in their last 10 games, and they like their chances tonight. And you talk about the Oklahoma City Thunder. How about that fan base, guys? Some of the most rabid, supportive fans in the league. That place is loud.
One of the best home court advantages in the league. The bond between the team and the city is pretty impressive. I missed that. I know you missed that at Clutch City, Kenny.
Oh, I miss it, man. It's Thunder Mania. It's like it was Clutch City Mania. They fill that arena. They're loud. They're supportive. Win, lose, or draw, you're going to hear them.
And that's it for now as we send you to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K Sports crew.
It's time for some hoops at the Chesapeake Energy Arena, home of the Thunder here in downtown Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. And we're going to bring it to you live on 2K Sports. And get ready for another dose of NBA basketball on 2K Sports. With Brent Barry and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan, and David Aldridge will be joining us on the sideline as well. You look at Portland, they're hoping they can carry over some of that momentum from their undefeated homestand.
And this is a team they'll see a lot of, 4 times total this season. The first game went their way. We'll see if they can push it to a 2-0 lead tonight.
Yep, a second victory in as many tries would establish a positive pattern for this ball club. Give them a lot of confidence against this team.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Aminu and Nurkic up front. Lillard and McCollum, the star-studded backcourt. And it's Turner in at the small forward. Here's Anthony, and the layup's good off the glass.
Bully ball in action as Melo gets himself way deep into the paint where he knows he can score.
And beyond his ability to shine on the basketball floor, you have to commend Carmelo Anthony's effort, Greg, to get NBA players and other athletes more involved in making the world a better place.
Yeah, I mean, there's still a lot of work to be done, but guys like Melo see what is beyond the world of basketball. He's spoken out as well as done the legwork of being active in his communities, and a lot of charity work for Melo. It's just nice to see the maturation process.
Okay. I know it's just 2, but man, that's a nice 2. Westbrook with the insane creativity.
And that replay sponsored by Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment, giving us an excellent perspective on the play. And Aminu kicks to Nurkic. Adams brings the double team. They get a hand on it. Turner dishes to Nurkic. 4 on the shot clock. Aminu misses.
And forcing the miss there, he just knows how to pressure you defensively.
You hear a lot about rim protection. This is a good example of how valuable it can be. Now, their offense is rolling. A perfect start. 4 of 4 so far.
Nurkic setting the pick for Lillard. There's the dish to Aminu. No one near Turner as he lets it go. No good. They had a chance to end the run there. And George here.
You saw that.
And jumping out like this, man, you automatically start thinking blowout.
Up by double digits already and no sign of let up.
I'll go to David Aldridge, who spoke with Terry Stotts. David?
Thanks, Kevin. He told me that when you're playing against a team as good as they are inside, you have to stop the easy looks. He said if they can keep them out of the paint, they'll be in good shape to win. We'll see, Kevin. Back to you.
Thank you, David.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Trailblazers have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Back to Lillard. And Lillard gets double teamed. Stolen by George. For the finish. And George with the stuff.
And from the opening tip, they just crushed it. You see it now on the scoreboard.
Just incredible flow offensively. Everyone's doing their part. Let's see if they can sustain this early momentum.
So timeout called here, the first for Portland. Their last game, a win against San Antonio, looking to carry that into this one.
And just looking at the stats, you can see, man, they were efficient on this night.
Yeah, the defense did nothing disruptive in the game, so good patience. It led to good shot selection, and then look at the excellent shooting percentage from the field.
Just a moment to look back at how things were last season for this team as we look at the shot breakdown for the Trailblazers.
And the three-pointer was their preferred weapon. It can be a risky strategy, but it's one that more and more teams have embraced over the years.
Thunder on D. Lillard outside. There's the pass to Aminu. Kicks to McCollum. Feeds it to Nurkic. Portland moving the ball around. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Looking to end the drought. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim.
Able to get to the paint at will, and a good finisher. Hard to stop Lillard from scoring anywhere.
Trailblazers trail by 12. McCollum kicks to Nurkic. Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Aminu misses.
Yeah, just misjudged the layup. Defense has to be better. Very fortunate there.
Now about halfway through the season, Brent, some teams looking great, but we still have a long way to go. We're talking about an 82-game schedule that is meant to put teams and players really to a full test.
Yeah, it's really something. I oftentimes find myself, Kevin, looking back after 14 years of playing at a team's schedule for an upcoming season, and I scratch my head and I go, wow, I used to do that? I mean, that's not easy to do.
It's very difficult. I agree. And the first one drops. And Terry Stotts, now in his 6th season as head coach in Portland. Talk about the job, Brent, he's done with the Blazers.
Well, again, Kevin, his connection to Damian Lillard as the player that they thought was going to carry the franchise forward, especially after the departure of LaMarcus Aldridge. I think that's one of the key components of the Blazers and where they want to go. I think Terry can share the vision of the front office and the vision for any given team with Damian Lillard, and then he goes out there and tries to carry out some of the things that he hears from him.
Nurkic setting the pick for Lillard. Passes it to Aminu. Fires from deep. That falls. Nice feed that time from Turner. Aminu's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. And here's George for 3. And again, no good by Oklahoma City. Trailblazers trail by 11. Outside Turner. Screen by Nurkic. They double him with George. Here's Turner. And he overshot that one, missing.
Wow, huge sigh of relief for the defense on that possession. You cannot give mid-range shooters any space like that to operate.
And it's George again missing. For Oklahoma City, their last game was a loss to the Suns in Phoenix.
And that was a game where you just sensed that they would get it going and somehow be able to come out with the victory, but just not in the cards on that night.
No, in the end, not even close to being in the cards. Maybe there was some hope for them early on, but by the fourth quarter, people filed out.
Methodical in their approach. They have absolutely owned this first quarter.
Yeah, you can credit the play calling. Nothing really fancy, just imposing their will on the inside.
McCollum with the ball. He had 25 points in the win against San Antonio. And Aminu kicks to Nurkic. Clock at 4. The shot by Turner, no good.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
They get it again. Nice work on the boards. Paying off with the basket. 6 points for Carmelo Anthony.
Defensively, they've been a step slow here to start.
Cullen passes to Aminu. He kicks it to Nurkic. Back to Aminu. The slam dunk by Aminu.
That's good focus from the Bosnian Bear getting down there. Nurkic finding the open man with ease.
And Anthony gets it to go on the assist by Westbrook. And it's 8 points for Carmelo Anthony.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. And you watch the way Westbrook plays fearlessly, how he has the attitude of Brent, someone much smaller than him.
Well, it's that athleticism that intimidates, Kevin, quite frankly. You hear a lot of players who went through this huge growth spurt to make them elite. That's exactly what happened to Russell Westbrook, going from about 5'8" to 6'3" in a hurry. But to have that kind of bullish mentality as a point guard in this league against that kind of size, that's impressive stuff.
And I like this timeout. You're getting terrible rim protection right now.
Well, you got to ask your team to give you a little bit more effort because there's just not a lot of fire on the defensive end.
The 2K leaderboard is on the screen now to reveal the dominant scores in the NBA over the last month. Russell Westbrook is second.
What a performance offensively. Something has really clicked with his game over this stretch.
Here's Lillard. He's one of the better scorers in the league, averaging almost 25 points a game. Pass to Nurkic. McCollum outside. 6 to shoot. Kicks it out to Lillard. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Such astounding shooting right now from him. He is untouchable from the perimeter. What a performance.
Pass to Aminu. The slam dunk by Aminu.
The CJ, such an effective two-guard, not just a shooter and a great shooter at that, but a capable passer when his teammates are open.
Here's Westbrook. Good work defensively by Turner. Trailblazers trail by 12. Lillard left side. That falls. Nice feed that time from Turner. Lillard's got his second basket of the night.
And they've had assists now in their last 3 baskets.
Right now they're winning because of him. Love the shots that he's taking, and he's got the green light.
Outside Turner. They double him with George. The feed now to McCollum. To the left side wing. To the inside, Lillard. George with the defensive effort.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Lillard against Westbrook. Takes a 3. And it's Damian Lillard with the 3. Lillard's got it back down to within single digits for Portland.
And this quarter has been all about him. You feel every shot he's going to take is going in.
Westbrook missing again.
Yeah, his shot just doesn't seem to be synced up right now. Here's hoping he finds it soon because his team is really going to need that production tonight.
Lillard again missing. Oklahoma City leading by 9. And the dunk by Westbrook.
So fast and so aggressive. Hard to stop Westbrook when he's tearing down the court like he did there.
Portland's gone 3 of 7 from three-point range in the first quarter. And Lillard kicks to McCollum. Tipped away. Here's Nurkic. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Steven Adams picks one up.
Well, this is a fresh start for the big guy, Yusuf Nurkic, here in Portland, where in Denver he was battling with the likes of Jokic, who ended up becoming one of the best centers last year in the NBA, even up there in the Rookie of the Year running. So a midseason trade has unleashed him, a new lease on life, and we'll see what he can provide for this Portland offense under Terry Stotts.
2 shots.
And he can't get the first one. And Nurkic, the 16th pick in the 2014 draft. Denver had a logjam at that center position once Jokic emerged as their star player.
Got to give Neil O'Shea some credit, recognizing that in Denver, between Nurkic and Jokic, they could get one of those big guys, and because of their logjam, O'Shea was able to pluck away Nurkic, who was unhappy with his playing time. Portland could make a nice home for him.
We often talk about how players have evolved over the years, but Brent, what about strategies on both sides of the ball? Where has that evolved?
I think the last 5 or 6 years, what we're seeing is definitely on the offensive end, more of a European style of basketball where we have passing, off-the-ball cutting, multiple times where the big comes out of the hole, which is the post-up area, Kevin, to the top of the key to be a conduit from both sides of the floor. That draws the whole line of defense up and creates opportunities behind the play. If we go to the defensive end, Kev, that's all about switching. Versatility on the defensive end comes from switching, swarming defenses, and that's where teams are trending to go.
Two.
The first one falls. Brent, when you take a look at the Blazers roster, what's the next move they need to make to take that step up?
Well, they need a third scorer, and if Nurkic happens to be that guy, and that scoring happens to be coming from the block, it can open some things up for their offensive schemes that end up benefiting everybody on the roster.
And the Trailblazers making a change here. Leonard's checked in, and both free throws good for Westbrook.
Well, he entered the league as a great free throw shooter. Westbrook now gets there a ton.
Here's Napier. He had 15 points last outing. He feeds it to McCollum. Tries again. And it's Napier missing. The Thunder leading by 15. The baseline J. And it's Westbrook. That time on the assist by Felton. 10 points for Russell Westbrook.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Here's Connaughton. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Out of bounds, Oklahoma City takes possession.
And a moment now to look at the numbers for Felton. How his last 10 games have gone. Averaging about 7 points, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. And guys, no question, he's a guy with some talent. But honestly, even he'd like to see those numbers improve.
From all the whispers that we've heard, he's been working hard on his game. It just has not showed up yet in the box score.
That's tipped. And pushing it up here. Here is Oklahoma City. Westbrook leading the charge.
Just increasing their advantage. And right now, they're in a zone on both ends.
Love their strategy, and they've been able to execute on it, building a huge lead.
Trailblazers trail by 19. Leonard with a screen on Felton. McCollum kicks to Leonard. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum.
Becoming dominant in the catch and shoot, Leonard has really polished up the mechanics on that jump shot.
Here's Westbrook, and he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And the foul goes against Portland. And when you watch Russell Westbrook play, he's one of the most competitive players in the NBA.
And with the way he attacks the rim and plays with just no abandon, I mean, this guy is no joke. Absolutely wills himself and his team to just do things that few others can, and relentless from the first quarter to the last whistle.
And he makes the first.
This OKC team is one of the best in the league when it comes to getting themselves to the free throw line, and a lot of that comes with the sheer force of Russell Westbrook, who draws a ton of fouls. But there's a few other crafty players who can get to work on the inside and find their way to the free throw line.
And Russell Westbrook drops them both. The Thunder, a strong team at getting points off free throws, Brent. It helps having Cantor, who's also good at drawing fouls.
Well, we see how much a team can have success just stealing easy points from the free throw line. So most teams that are near the top in terms of finding free throw attempts per game find their way into postseason play. The Thunder have set that trend. Westbrook's aggressiveness, Cantor on the inside, and Adams playing aggressive around the rim.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
McCollum kicks to Napier. Back to McCollum. They set the pick. Clock at 6. Leonard dishes to Vonleh. Shoots over Grant. The shot by Vonleh no good. Here's Oklahoma City now. They're on a 16-6 run. Grant, that's good.
Well, when he gets into the paint, Kevin, he starts to get hungry. He goes right through the defense. He's a straight line guy.
To the wing on the left. Here's Connaughton. Off target from three-point range. The Thunder leading by 22. Goes up the baseline. And it's good off the back rim and in. Westbrook's got 16.
Westbrook has become a much more conscientious player, but still, he can get his points in huge bundles.
And he floats in for the easy two. Credit the assist on that one.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Portland's gotten a lot of shots off from three-point land in the first quarter, but they're only 4 of 9. Here's Napier. And it's off from three-point range. Fires from 14. Another shot. Grant with the bucket, getting it done inside.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Leonard on the wing, out of bounds. Oklahoma City takes possession.
Yeah, it's a disappointing sequence of plays. Absolutely inexcusable turning the ball over like that.
And the pass to Eustis. And stolen by Vonleh. McCollum. No good, trying to beat the buzzer. We're at the end of the first quarter, and what a blowout already in this one. Oklahoma City out in front, running away with this one. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. And power forward Patrick Patterson, getting better every season. He said that his college career at Kentucky really helped prepare him for his life as a pro.
I think my 3 years at Kentucky, caused what I am now, as far as being a sound player, a guy who's not all about himself, who puts his team first and who works hard and who doesn't talk back, who doesn't do the negative things. He's a team player, he's a team guy, and he works hard.
Patterson Clark, exactly the guy he says he is, and that's why he's one of those glue guys you've got to have on your team.
And the kind of guy who his teammates love, because they know he's always going to have their back, always going to work hard, and always going to bring it.
Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start the second quarter. And guys, we've seen the Thunder really take control here.
A huge fan of how they have rotated here defensively, been able to challenge multiple shots.
And if you're rotating like that, it's got to be a great line of communication between all 5 guys. You see that reflected on the scores, all that trust showing up with the lead.
Here are the 5 Portland has to start the second quarter. Napier is out there with C.J. McCollum. Then there's Myers-Leonard. Then there's Vonleh. And it's Connaughton in at the 3.
Well, he's one of the league's more dangerous deep shooters. McCollum hits a high percentage of threes when he's in sync.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
It's McCollum on the wing. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. And he's fouled on the shot. One free throw coming up.
And still trying to polish this side of his game up. Leonard looking very comfortable on that move.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
And so far this season, shooting at a 75% clip from the line.
One shot.
The free throw drops for Leonard. We've heard the rumors, Brent, the death of the big man, but with guys like Towns and Porzingis and others entering the league that can play on the perimeter and still have that length to make a difference inside, could we see a big man renaissance, or at least maybe see him have more of an impact than people are giving him credit for right now?
Well, I think what we're seeing is the evolution of the 5 spot, Kevin. So it's not that the big man is lost. It's that the big man's doing a lot of the things that the little man used to be asked to do, and that is shooting threes, handle the ball, make some decisions at the top of the key, be a playmaker. It's fascinating to watch guys with this sort of size and this sort of skill, and also being this young, having such a tremendous impact for the organizations they're playing for.
Lets it go from 14. Patterson, that's good. Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played. Here's Napier. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Connaughton kicks to Davis. The shot off that time.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well. And at full speed, he still has the wherewithal to get himself in good position.
Yeah, the snap decisions right there, reading the situation on the move and then making the right choice.
Felton against McCollum. Over Felton. The second chance effort, and it's Davis laying it in. Davis has got his first points of the night.
That's the energy Ed Davis needs to play with consistently. Big time finish on the rebound. Gotta love the effort there. An undersized 4 who can really make things happen with that leaping ability.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over.
Portland, Oregon, the nation's 24th largest market, fewer than half the TV households of Atlanta or Houston. But fortunately for the ownership group who has some available income, this is a team that's willing to get out there and spend to bring in a team that can compete for a championship.
'Evan Turner, he's checked in for McCollum. And a look here at the shot chart for Westbrook.
And when you come into a game with the mindset of going right at the rim and not settling for outside shots, this is what your shot chart will look like. Every chance they've had to either attack them or play back to the basket, they've taken it, and it's been a complete success thus far.
And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. And it's been over 4 decades since the Blazers' last NBA title.
This is a team that's willing and wanting to get back there. They're very hungry to get themselves back to championship caliber play. Certainly their backcourt is a great starting point.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
That's short off the rim.
Oh, you just relish those kind of opportunities, and the defense got lucky, but they need to guard that area of the floor a little bit better.
Napier. Second shot opportunity. The shot by Turner, no good.
Oh, and the D did not make that any easier. Can't fault the shooter for missing. That's a tough shot.
It's hard to believe that he's a point guard. I mean, he can power those dunks down as well as any big man in the league.
If not better. He's a phenomenal finisher.
No doubt. His success converting around the rim is largely due to the one thing he does better than most, and that is fly.
For 3, Westbrook. Oklahoma City keeping it alive with a new 24-second shot clock. Grant, that's good.
Up by a bunch. He's still pushing the action, trying to impose his will.
Well, collectively, they've done it tonight here. A passionate performance from the squad.
Napier passes to Davis. And stolen by Patterson. Here's Grant. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Jeremy Grant just has such a great combination of athleticism and explosiveness. It's up to him to find familiar spots on the floor and do a good job of playing off his teammates to make an impact on every game that he plays.
The free throw drops for Grant. Brent, when you were playing, your ability to pass and shoot, and you were 6'7", really a positionless player before the term became popular. You could play so many ways in so many different positions all over the floor. I would think that would fit today's game perfectly.
Well, it's nice of you to say, Kevin. I'd like to think that I was a bit of a a switchblade player, especially the way the offenses now are expanding to the three-point line and giving guys with creativity a lot of room to operate. And if the first available shot's an open three for a guy on your team, I could probably sink my teeth into something like that.
You like positionless basketball? Do you like watching it now?
Well, that's the way I play defense, Kevin, positionless.
Lets it go from the wing. Ferguson's shot is good.
Well, I have no idea how he made that, but hey, sometimes a little bit of luck helps.
And Lillard kicks to Connaughton. Back to Lillard. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Beyond the arc. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Anthony's got his 4th rebound in this one.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
George is checked in for the Thunder. Portland's gone 2 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the first. Connaughton passes to Turner. Nurkic a screen on George. Brent, for the NBA, it's been a very prosperous time over the last couple decades. What do you think has been the key factor or factors in the growth and the popularity of the game?
Kevin, I think the game speaks for itself and always will. The NBA, to me, is the greatest game that we get a chance to watch. Athleticism and poetry in motion. But one of the things at its foundation and core that I've loved is that the guys that are carrying the mantle for the league right now are likable. And there's nothing that beats likability.
And they appreciate, Brent, I think they appreciate the people that were before them very much.
I think they not only appreciate what's gone before them, Kevin, they're in the moment now. And they appreciate what's going on with their careers in their moment.
Great awareness. No reason to take it inside there against the taller man.
Yeah, most analytics will tell you that the mid-range jumper is not an efficient shot, but you see how effective with guys like that it can be. And I think what I'd like to see from him in this quarter is getting going from the perimeter. Hit a 3 in the first, nothing in the second.
For Portland, they've gone 7 of 15 from the field here in the second quarter, just under 50% shooting. Turner can't get that one to fall.
Just doesn't seem to be shooting it with confidence, and his shots are going all over the place in this period.
And for the Trailblazers, they're shooting a lackluster 38% for the game, struggling so far. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
You got to be a little bit questioning of the defense, because I'm sure they feel foolish for giving that guy that look, but they survived it.
And it's Paul George with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
You can't afford to be that careless. They need him out there on the floor, so he has to avoid fouling again in this period.
And Portland making a change here. Aminu's checked in. Lillard against Felton. Lillard dishes to Turner. Over Anthony. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
Well, huge mistake not to block out Aminu. He loves to generate offense off the glass. We saw it there.
And there's George. That's good on the assist by Felton. 14 points for Paul George. The Trailblazers shooting in the second quarter around 42%. Outside Turner jacks up a 3. Turner missing again.
That's just poor shooting right now from him, and I'm not sure why he's even attempting those kind of shots.
Basket good. 16 points for Paul George.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
He makes his 9th shot of the game. He has only missed 4.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
And Lillard gets double teamed. To the paint. And count it. And a chance for one more at the free throw line.
And a nice job, Evan Turner, slowing down, drawing the body contact, and now finding a chance for the and one.
And Evan Turner, Brent, signed that big deal in the summer of 2016, that 4-year, $70 million deal with Portland. Do you think they're getting their money's worth?
Well, I think the idea is to have a secondary ball handler out there, a guy that they can post up a little bit and still make plays. So the adjustment, not just Evan Turner in a new system, the guys that he plays with have to adjust also to his skill set. We'll see as the years go on how much Evan Turner helps improve what Portland's trying to do offensively.
That's good from Turner.
That's what we saw with Evan Turner before he joined this ball club, was the ability to play multiple positions, and he's so versatile. He can do a little bit of everything, run the team through him, and also be an off-the-ball scorer.
They double him with George. Lillard with it. Now Felton defending. Connaughton kicks to Lillard. Here's Aminu. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. Aminu's got 11.
You can't be frustrated at him tonight. He's doing his job. I'd like to see his guys step up a little more.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Launches a 3. That shot no good. Now Oklahoma City takes it the other way. Here's Anthony. That's good, and so Felton has the assist there. Felton's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. And the Trailblazers shooting a lackluster 38% for the game, struggling so far. Felton against Lillard. Outside Turner from outside the arc. The Trailblazers keeping it alive. New 24.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far. And Paul George kind of made it known of his desire to leave for LA after this season, but big risk for the Thunder to make that move and trade for him.
Shooting 2, gentlemen.
That's good from George. And for Paul George, who knows what the future holds for him, but Greg, he is a great fit, it would seem, for the Thunder.
Listen, you give the Thunder another star to pair with Westbrook, and they're taking a leap of faith here with George.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Leonard comes in for Turner, and McCollum subbed in for Pat Connaughton. That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
Now Lillard. He's got 7. And it's Aminu in the corner. Leonard the pass to Aminu. Just 5 on the clock. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot from about 16, and the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. Oklahoma City's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. And here's Felton from the arc. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Last time they met was in Portland this season.
And their last matchup was a nail-biter, but they hung on, and in part it was because of their rebounding.
Nurkic dishes to McCollum, and he banks in the layup. McCollum's got 5 points in the quarter.
Just like it when he gets in there, McCollum using his wingspan to take advantage.
And again, no good by Oklahoma City. The Trailblazers shooting with 42% accuracy in the second quarter. And Lillard kicks to Aminu. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. A chance now for a three-point play.
Shooting 1.
Steven Adams picks one up.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
And Al-Farouq Aminu, the 8th overall pick back in 2010. He's found his niche as a defensive-minded, small ball power forward.
And Kevin, think about that 7'3" wingspan, which will help him defend against bigger, stronger players. And his skill game, though, still looking for some consistency in the offense.
One shot, gentlemen.
That one misses for Aminu.
Becoming more of a factor these days on the offensive end. Aminu, once the 8th overall player taken in the draft, getting to the line a little more often.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
And Lillard gets double teamed. Aminu against George. The 3-ball. Rebounded by Anthony. Anthony's got 6 rebounds now in the game. George with the ball. Leonard picks him up. Offensive rebound. Adams. That's in for the first basket of the game after 3 attempts.
You know, a big guy with a motor is such a luxury in this league. Adams right there showing up big on the offensive glass, and then he converts.
And here's McCollum. 8 points for him. Back to Lillard. Aminu, no one around him. Here's Nurkic. Rebounded by Anthony. The Thunder shooting 64%. Beautiful all-around play by this offense. Outside, George for the 3. And it's Portland with the rebound. McCollum kicks to Aminu. Portland no good that time either.
Yeah, we're chipping some orange paint off the rim here, guys. He must be more patient on offense and trying to find ways to penetrate inside and get closer to the rim.
And we've seen this offense step back into three-point land a little bit more in this quarter.
Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. Shot to stop the run. And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel.
Trying to cut into this lead. Bad time for a miscue.
Yeah, they may have some ants in the pants right here. You just have to take what the defense gives you.
Russell Westbrook's checked in for Raymond Felton. And the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Vonleh's checked in. And it's Westbrook. That time on the assist by George. Westbrook's got 22 points.
More power of Westbrook shown there. Not many guys can finish through contact like that.
Deflects the pass. 19 seconds left in the first half. Vonleh rebounded by Anthony. Anthony's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Fires from 14 and off the front iron, and in it goes. And that's now 25 points for Paul George.
And George just has that extra gear. Well, once he kicks into it, he is nearly impossible to stop.
When the guy is capable of so many things like that on the offensive end, anytime you lose sight of him, he's got a huge advantage.
And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Westbrook. And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder way out in front. Their lead at 38 points as we close out the quarter. And thanks to their outstanding defense, the impact Damian Lillard has had on this game has been minimal. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with head coach Terry Stotts. Terry, what was the biggest reason for the early turnovers?
Well, they're a good defensive team. They have good hands. I think we forced a couple passes trying to get in and deep.
Terry, thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And what an amazing performance the hometown fans are witnessing here tonight. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, and Shaquille O'Neal. An outstanding first quarter for Paul George. He had 25 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. Kenny, let's get your take on Oklahoma City.
Right up front, we saw the elite two-way game of Paul George. Locking down guys defensively, lesser athletes have almost no chance to score on him. And then he was in total command on the offensive end. Made plays for others and shot lights out for himself.
Shaq, how do you think Portland played?
Their field goal percentage reminds me of Kenny's breath. Brutal. Not reading the defense, not getting enough quality looks. They need to make major changes because the system they ran in the first half was not working.
So that'll do it for now as we send you courtside with Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K crew for the start of the second half.
Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game. You look at Paul George in this game, guys, he's been everywhere.
And I just love how aggressive he is. Usually tries to work for the best shot that he can.
Well, we saw that in the first half, and he's constantly on the move and slipping behind the eyes of the defense to work closer to the rim.
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first two quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. So the Thunder 5 right now. Westbrook and Ferguson, their backcourt. Adams is out there with Anthony, and it's George in at the 3 spot.
Fantastic effort from Nurkic, forcing the issue and coming away with a trip to the charity stripe.
Two shot.
Free throw good, Nurkic. Well, one thing the Thunder have always done well is control the glass. Good rebounding team.
Well, the Thunder are great candidates to end up near the top for both offensive and defensive rebounds, and it certainly helps when Russell Westbrook is tearing down over 10 boards a game. It's a complete effort with this ball club, and they have guys who are willing to stick their nose in there.
And both free throws good for Nurkic. Right, you take a look at Nurkic, young and full of potential. He's still learning how to make the most of his abilities.
Yeah, the Bosnian Bear, Nurkic, had some tough times in Denver as Jokic started to emerge, and there was talk about him sulking and pouting just a little bit, still a young player. But the opportunity now in Portland with established stars in Lillard and a rising one in McCollum could be exactly the type of recipe for success that he was looking for.
Here's Turner. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. McCollum's got 3 assists tonight.
Turner does a good job of just winding his way and burrowing to the rim. And a good job finishing down low.
And where's the fight defensively? I mean, you know you need stops to stop the bleeding.
Yeah, down by double digits, failing to shut down the lane. It has been a rough night.
For Oklahoma City, they haven't made a mistake at the line yet. 10 of 10.
One shot, gentlemen.
Free throw good, Adams. And a bit of a bittersweet question for you, Brent. We know you spent so many years with the Sonics who eventually were uprooted and became this Thunder team. How badly would you like to see Seattle get a basketball team again?
I think it's the NBA's mission to get back to Seattle, and under Adam Silver, he's asked questions about the return to the Emerald City, and I think it's going to happen, Kevin. If it does, I'd love to be a part of what the organization does up there. I do miss the PNW. That's the Pacific Northwest.
Turner dishes to Lillard. Back to Turner. First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. Pulls up from the corner. Turner missing again.
And another miss. Ooh, he's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. And we take a look here at the shot chart for the Trailblazers.
Well, they're going to have to look elsewhere for points because he has pulled a Houdini and completely disappeared from the offense in this one. Just no production from him, and nothing seems to be in rhythm for him right now. It's just not his night.
Shooting 2.
The free throw drops for Russell Westbrook. And both free throws good for Westbrook. Just a little over 90 seconds gone in the third quarter. And Lillard kicks to Turner. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Adams has got 9 rebounds now tonight. Thunder have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Anthony goes back up. Doesn't go that time. Great D that time from Nurkic. Turner with it. Westbrook picks him up. Lillard with no one around. That falls. Nice feed that time from Turner.
This is one of his specialties. Look out when he gets it going from behind the arc. Left alone there for a second. That's just enough for Lillard.
There's the triple. Ferguson with the rebound. The Thunder shooting fantastically in this game. 62% from the floor. Kept alive. A second chance effort. Here's Adams. And finally they hit one. Adams has got 7 points here in this quarter.
And he's shaking off that slow start, giving them a boost here in the second.
And Lillard kicks to Nurkic. On the wing, Turner. He has 7. It's stolen by Adams. And now it's Westbrook running. He can go all the way. Count it. Westbrook's got 26.
Defensively, this is what you know. He's coming off a hot game and looking to keep it rolling.
And you could try to key in on him, but that's tough. They run plays that routinely give him makeable looks.
Here's Aminu. Cans it from downtown. Aminu's got 16.
Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
Steven Adams brings a lot to the team, Brent. Got a chance to be more involved, in fact, with the offense after Durant left.
Well, he's not a wispy 7-footer, Kevin. Thick and rugged out there on the floor and willing to set a lot of screens to free up Russell Westbrook. One of the things I'd like to see them do is maybe explore him in the post a little more often as an offensive threat. I think he's capable down there.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
Free throw good, Adams. And when you look at this Blazers team, can they be, Brent, a top 4 seed in the West for years to come?
Well, they have some potential. I think when you put Nurkic into the lineup, it's going to unlock some of the things that maybe the role players last year did not get a chance to do, because Nurkic can pass the ball and he can score on the block. So there's going to be some defensive attention to a big man for the first time in a couple seasons in Portland. Well, Steven Adams can have an impact on the game, certainly defensively, certainly with the screen setting. But how about the character of the center of this basketball team? One of the most quotable players in the league, and he'll never hold back from speaking his mind in an interview. Gotta love his disposition.
The shot's good. Westbrook's got 28.
Great recognition there from Russell Westbrook. You take away his path to the basket, he can still just rise up and get you from the mid-range.
Nurkic setting the pick for Turner. To the middle, up off the screen. Can't capitalize inside. And with Adams being so likable and quotable, a lot of it has to do with his incredible wit.
Well, I'm looking forward to the Steven Adams talk show once his career is finished. or maybe not. Maybe before his career is finished. But when you're the younger sibling, you usually come up with a very refined sense of humor.
Right. Like you, Brent. Turner passes to McCollum. Lillard outside. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. And that's 15 points for Damian Lillard. Adams. And Adams with the slam.
Well, people talk so much about shoot first guy with Westbrook. How about that time finding the open man?
Portland's gone 3 of 5 with the long ball since entering the second half. Back to Lillard. Davis sets a screen. And Turner kicks to McCollum. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
This guy is just shredding the defense right now. He's hitting any shots he's putting up.
Portland's gone 4 of 6 from three-point land since the start of the second half. Outside, Davis. Nurkic can't hit. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 7 of 15 from the field here in the third quarter. Flushes it down to finish the break.
And the feed from George couldn't be better. The timing, the placement, everything about that dish was pinpoint.
Lillard with it. Westbrook picks him up. And Lillard gets double-teamed. Anthony against McCollum. Back to Lillard. Lets it go from deep. And the Trailblazers, another three.
They're giving him a little too much space out there. That's his third triple since halftime.
The shot's good from Westbrook.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Now, here's Lillard. He's got 18. His three-pointer's off the mark. Here's Westbrook. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. George has got 6 assists in the game.
Well, he's got a baton in the right hand as he's orchestrating what's going on. A maestro, if you will.
Lillard outside. Back to Nurkic. Takes the three. Again, the miss by Lillard. The Thunder shooting it beautifully here in the third. 56% from the field. A shot's good from Westbrook.
Melo good at scanning the entire floor, and that's why that time he found the open teammate.
Lillard outside. Buries the long-range jumper. Lillard's got 14 points here in the second half.
Their third three-pointer in a row.
And here's George for three. Rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Here's Turner. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Westbrook's got 4 rebounds in this game. Ferguson's shot is good. Ferguson's got 10 points in the game.
And you can see now they're starting to push the tempo to good effect.
It's McCollum on the wing. Second chance shot. And Turner finishes inside.
And that's a great play on the backboard for him. I mean, it's what we expect. All his second chance points do not come by accident. And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
The Trailblazers shooting it well here in the third, about 50%. Back to Nurkic. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. They push it up 4 on 3. Here's George. Chalk up 2 there. George has got 27 points.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
So far, we've seen them be a bit careless with the ball.
Simply put, out of control is how they played thus far. They're going to have to reel it in and show some more discipline.
Yep, it counts. Nurkic has got 6 here in this quarter.
Yeah, it's hard to hold Nurkic up. As soon as he gets that deep inside, he is more than capable of knocking down shots consistently.
McCollum outside. Here's Turner. And Anthony sends it back. Here's Nurkic. Hits the target from 18 feet. Nurkic has got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Nice decision by Nurkic to just simply square up and knock that one in.
They grab their own miss. Adams. That's in. He's 7 for 12 now in the game.
Yeah, these defenders just look a bit overmatched, especially inside.
And Lillard gets double-teamed. Poke loose. And the Thunder pushing it up now. Here's Westbrook. Here's Adams. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Adams has got 17 points here in the second half.
Now he's put on a shooting display here in the second half. He really seems to be in a great groove right now.
Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game.
Here's George. He can't get that one. And it's Portland the other way. McCollum with the ball. He's got 14. Dishes to Nurkic. Left side, Davis. Over Anthony. It's hauled in by Adams. Oklahoma City shooting fantastically in this game. 62% from the floor. And there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
Looking at who's out there now for the Thunder. Patterson, he's checked in for Adams. Eustace comes in for Carmelo Anthony. Jeremy Grant, he's checked in for George. That's Felton in for Ferguson. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Leonard, he's checked in for Nurkic. Vonleh comes in for Ed Davis. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Turner.
Whoa! Wow. Good look out.
I mean, can you imagine, Kevin, your teammates being worried about your physical health with how hard it is you dunk the basketball? Whew. But that's just who he is.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. Excellent work by the talented people in our production truck as well. Napier dishes to Vonleh. And Leonard gets it to go on the assist by Vonleh. Leonard's got 8 points.
And not being as aggressive from the three-point line anymore. They had a lot more attempts in that first half. They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
1:11 left to play in the third. 20 feet out. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Eustace kicks to Patterson. And Oklahoma City again with the bucket.
Textbook. Nice pass. Great catch. Even better finish.
And for Portland, they're shooting for the game at 42%. There's the pick. And it's McCollum off the drive. The pick gave him all the room he needed, and he knocks down the J. McCollum's got 5 points now this quarter. That one falls.
Just no resistance inside at all. They are feasting. This is a straight buffet.
It is. It's a big one. And load the plate. From deep. It's hauled in by Felton.
Well, it's like the defense has a bunch of matchbooks in their hands right now, playing with fire. They were fortunate that somehow he misfired on that one.
Count that bucket. Eustace has got his second bucket of the night.
Really strong rebounding on the interior, and he gets the easy putback.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's Napier, looking for his first basket still in this one. Leonard with a screen on Westbrook. Shot clock at 6. Passes it to Connaughton. Puts up a 3. The offensive rebound. And Grant sends it back. And Leonard gets it to go. Up in time. Can't connect. And so it's Oklahoma City holding an unbelievable lead as the quarter wraps up. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. And we'll be back with you shortly. Now let's hear what head coach Billy Donovan was reviewing with his team in the huddle.
Guys, good job hitting ahead. That means we're running, which is good, okay? We've got to pay attention right now, okay, and what we're doing coming out of timeouts.
Pushing the action, fast pace. Billy Donovan wants to keep them rolling it out.
Yeah, I mean, they're doing a good job in transition. They just need to stay focused and be efficient.
And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. And on the floor for Portland here in the fourth. Vonleh's out there with Aminu. Then there's Myers Leonard. And it's Connaughton in at the two-guard spot. Here's Patterson. Gets it to go for bucket number 8. He's taken just 10 shots.
And that set them apart today, guys. Their success with the mid-range.
Here's Napier. He's covered by Grant. Here's Aminu. Good, and it's Napier with the assist that time. Napier's got assist number 5 here tonight.
Yeah, that's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Leonard with a screen on Felton. Napier kicks to Leonard. Hey, Brent, we've seen a number of super teams created via free agency or trade. Do you think that's good for the league?
I think it's great for the league. I think it's awesome to see some of the great players play on the same court together and some of the chemistry that creates. But what's been interesting over the course of the last couple seasons, Kevin, is that we've had these young marquee players stepping up in environments and with organizations now that are must-see TV. So aside from the super teams, there are young players carrying their team to hopefully greater and greater heights that keep you interested in all 30 teams in the league.
Here's Grant, and they cash in right away with the quick shot.
Pretty sure Jeremy Grant knows his spots on the floor, so when he gets there, he'll exploit you.
Connaughton kicks to Leonard. The three. The rebound by Patterson.
And even without that three-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Napier kicks to Aminu. Inside. Good, nice play there from Napier. Napier's got 4 this quarter.
You know, we talk so much about accurate shooting. Sometimes accurate passing can lead to great shooting. You saw it there.
Patterson can't get it to go. Trailblazers have gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there. Vonleh's shot is good.
Still working on his post game. Vonleh using that giant 7'3" wingspan to full advantage.
Patterson, that's good.
And every move he makes looks like the right one at this point.
Yeah, shooting at a very high percentage right now. This one extending the lead.
Here's Connaughton. He dishes it to Aminu. Misses the 3. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the home stretch in this final quarter. And it goes down 2 points.
Well, this is a gravity game right now. Whatever he throws up must come down. He's having a great game.
Here's Napier. He's covered by Grant. Patterson bringing the double. They swipe it. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take it. Portland's gone 2 of 5 on 3-point shots since the end of the third quarter. Out of bounds, Oklahoma City takes possession.
Some turnovers necessary. That one, not so much.
For Oklahoma City, they've gone 6 of 9 on their field goal attempts since the start of the fourth quarter. And that one, good.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
And it's the Trailblazers with the ball. Here's Napier. Here's the screen. Out left to the wing. Here's Aminu. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. And now here's Johnson, the fast break chance. Here's Grant. It's rebounded by Leonard. Leonard's got 6 rebounds here tonight. And it's Aminu in the corner. They get it back. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
This is a kid who loves to play. Vonleh working hard on the offensive boards, then going into a myriad of moves that he's been developing for the score. Well, important to get great balance if you get bumped on your way to the basket. Still something that every player tries to get comfortable with.
Here's Aminu. Good, and it's Napier with the assist that time. Aminu's got a couple of 3-pointers now in the fourth for Portland. Here's Grant. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Aminu's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Pass to Connaughton. Outside Leonard. Connaughton passes to Vonleh. There's the dish to Aminu. 5 on the clock. Off target from outside.
It seems to be forcing just a little bit out there. He needs to play a little calmer, a little smarter, with a little bit more poise if they're going to win this one.
Okay, 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right?
That's right. He was ultra safe with that dunk, no question. Here's Connaughton. Brent, when we look at some of the classic rivalries between teams, they don't always look as emotionally charged nowadays. Is there a way you think to get that back?
Well, the first thing I do, Kevin, is not try to manufacture anything. The second thing I would avoid is please don't bring up the Lakers-Celtics rivalries in the 80s. And the last thing I would make you conscious of is the fact that, look, players are moving around so often that it's hard to get years and years of the same matchup with the same guys on the roster. Now look, accept the competition for what it is, and if we get another one where teams are facing one another more often, then let's enjoy it for what it is.
Conley kicks to Connaughton. From deep. That one, no good. The Thunder shooting it brilliantly here lately. 60% from the field. A baseline J. Abrinas' shot is off. For Portland, they've gone 8 of 16 from the field in the fourth, exactly 50%. Lets it fly. And the Trailblazers getting another bucket right there. Oklahoma City shooting impressively throughout at 62%. Here's Johnson. No good on the shot, a bit long that time. The Trailblazers shooting 53% from the field in the fourth quarter. Can't ask for more than that from your offense. Aminu misses. Here's Grant, and Grant slams it home.
And Jeremy Grant is one of those guys that's capable of highlight dunks on a nightly basis. That time, vicious finish.
The Trailblazers shooting 43% from the floor. Feeds to Aminu. There's the double team with Grant. Knocked away. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Aminu. Ferguson's checked in for Oklahoma City. Westbrook comes in for Raymond Felton. And Portland with a change here, too. Ed Davis is checked in for Noah Vonleh. And so here is Oklahoma City. Here's Grant. That's good, and so Westbrook comes up with the assist. Grant's got 12 now in this quarter.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
Aminu against Grant, and it's out of bounds as the Portland Trailblazers retain possession. Turner's checked in for Portland. Here's Davis. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Shots good by Turner.
They've given up a lot of three-pointers here today.
It's tipped. Out of bounds. Portland takes possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
And here's Portland. Here's Napier. Turner with the screen. That's tipped. It's Westbrook with the drive. No good that time. And it's Portland the other way. Outside Turner. Oh, and the jam by Westbrook.
Look, I know some guys are going to dunk, but when it's Westbrook, man, he fires up his teammates.
And turnovers have been the issue for him.
You can see the coaches have gotten into him a little bit about this. They've got to do a better job of taking care of the ball.
Here's Turner. Portland again missing. Oklahoma City shooting 57% in this fourth quarter. From deep. And Russell Westbrook good for three. Westbrook's got 45 points.
The motor pushing the red line here for Westbrook. He doesn't seem to care whether he's wide open or being blanketed.
And they double up Davis. Turner dishes to Napier. The rebound by Grant. Grant's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Westbrook drives in, and the dunk by Westbrook.
It's funny, when Russell slows down, he gets a little more crafty with his moves and his pacing, and leaving the defense right there helpless.
Here's Napier. And no good. The dry spell continuing for him. Grant against Turner. No good from Grant. Trailblazers shooting about 45% from the floor in the fourth. Napier kicks to Turner. This one for three. They get it back. Leonard. And there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time.
Feel like when Myers Leonard plays significant minutes, he can get himself into the rhythm of the game. That's when a lot of his better offensive rebounding games come.
And you got to give him credit there. Great effort to contest that shot.
Well, I love the fact that they put the security system on their house, protecting the paint there.
Turner passes to Napier. There's the pick, and that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Westbrook. Al-Farouq Aminu. He's checked in for Shabazz Napier.
Aminu.
1:58 left in the fourth. Turner missing again.
And since halftime, he has just been ice cold. Just can't seem to get anything to go his way.
Greg, you watch the Thunder play, and it's clear that this team comes out looking to attack. Everyone on the team wants to put it on the floor and go right at the rim.
And part of that is their leader, Westbrook, just setting the tone. I mean, team finished near the top in points in the paint last season, and the addition of Paul George just helps to enforce that strength.
Two shots.
And the first one at the line is good.
There's always talk about the Blazers because when you combine Lillard and McCollum, both at 6'3" tall, that poses a challenge for them defensively when you play them together in the backcourt, especially against some of the longer guards in the Western Conference.
Both good from the line that time. And C.J. McCollum, a combo guard, but probably better defensively against point guards. Brent, do you think this tandem will work in the long run for the Blazers?
Well, you need some great defenders behind these guys, and maybe there's a chance because C.J. absolutely can handle some of the point guard responsibilities that there's a way to stagger the minutes so one of these players is on the floor at all times.
Patterson can't get it to go.
Just tentative in the paint, lacking a little bit of confidence, allowed the defender to recover and contest that shot.
Misses off the left iron. Oklahoma City shooting 61% from the field, showing some marvelous touch out there.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for Oklahoma City.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And you can mark this one down in the W column. It'll mark their 23rd of the season.
And with this win now, we're all square, 1-1. 2 more games yet to come in what's proving to be a very competitive season series.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Russell Westbrook.
He was extremely efficient offensively, got good looks, and really knocked down big shots all game long.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
That free throw missing.
And the 13th pick in the 2010 NBA draft, Davis has already been with a number of teams in his young career.
And the Trailblazers making a change here. Napier's checked in. Good on the second free throw.
Yeah, he cuts the deficit a little bit, but not as much as he could have. One miss can make a big difference.
And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And that one falls for Johnson. And Johnson drops them both. Here's Napier, and he's been doing tremendous work feeding his teammates.
It's been fun to see him activate this offense. He's 1 away from 10 assists.
Here's Leonard. Good, and it's Napier with the assist that time.
And finally hitting their stride. This is the run they needed earlier.
Well, easier to do once the game is on ice, as your opponent sometimes has a tendency to relax.
And saving their best for last. Tremendous run here to seal the win.
And you could just see everything coming together like a perfect storm, and they just rolled on through.
Here's Johnson. No good there. Great D that time from Davis. Here's Napier. He's covered by Westbrook. Outside Turner fires the three. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
And they're just living beyond the arc here, really the entire fourth quarter.
Yeah, not a bad time to be ripping the nets from distance, piling up some major points here.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. They're up by 47. Just 2 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Guys, what's your take?
And now that you can tell there's some bad blood here. They're just rubbing it in now by calling a timeout.
Or could be just wanting to execute well down the stretch. Don't want to leave any room for chance.
And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Russell Westbrook.
Yeah, and his performance has been a jaw-dropper. He must have been feeling great coming into the building tonight, because once he hit the court, it was all working for him. He was in a zone.
The better he played, the more these fans got revved up. And that continued to play out over the course of his amazing performance. Puts it up off the inbound. Can't get it to fall. So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Carmelo, what did you like best about the win tonight?
We just played hard. We came out here ready to play. We jumped out there quick on the defensive end, and offensively we got it going again. And it was a great team win today, though.
Everybody contributing. Carmelo, thank you. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. So long and good night, everyone.